Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to pop down a card for the day for us for Monday. First of all, apologies for no videos last week. This was due to some ill health, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back again now. So let me just have a little shuffle for us and let's see what we've got for today. I'm trying another way of doing these uploads. Just because it's getting quite difficult to upload things simultaneously to things like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube all at the same time. So just having an experiment with pre-recording this and uploading it to my YouTube and then uploading to Facebook the next day. So let me just have a little look and see what we've got for the day. I'm going to try this for a couple of days and see how we get on. So the card we've got for Monday is the Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is a fab card because it is all about starting to build something. So it's it can be talking about a new job, a new work opportunity, new business opportunity. It usually comes in when we're talking about something quite creative, and often comes in when we're talking about things like apprenticeships. So having an opportunity to study something, but study something in a more practical way rather than book learning. So rather than going on a course and learning about a subject or reading about something, it's more about practical, doing something practical. So might be some kind of on-the-job training, might be some kind of, like I say, an apprenticeship or a course in something practical or creative. So things like painting, drawing, singing, dancing, acting, all of those kind of creative pursuits, baking, cooking, gardening, all that sort of stuff. So it can be saying to us that it's a day for us to look at our practical skills and what we are able to do for ourselves. So can we make things? Can we kind of create stuff? And that it may be that it's not something like actually I'm going to make myself a cake or I'm going to knit myself something, but about being creative in our thought processes. Or creative in what we're doing. Can we be more creative with what we're doing, what we're learning, where we're going, all of that sort of stuff. So the energy is very, very creative when we get this Three of Pentacles. As you can see, the guy in the image is busy doing his DIY. So it often comes up when we're thinking about doing things like decorating, or if we are thinking about maybe buying a house and doing it up to sell on. It's that kind of project that you're looking at when it comes to this. So it's something that you have to do something. So it's not really sitting and reading a book or going on a course to learn a subject. It's about actually physically doing it. So something practical. And also I would say I'm kind of really drawn to this guy, the way this guy's concentrating on what he's doing. So he's very focused on what he's cutting up there. So he's got his saw and he's having a little saw away on what he's doing. And I'm very, very conscious of the way that he is really focused on what he's doing. So it's that says to me is we could be looking at a day where we really need to concentrate to get things done. Be practical and make things happen, but also be very focused and concentrate. Really, really focus on what you want to do. So, this guy's really into what he's doing. You can see he's very, very focused on his saw, and he's making sure that he's being accurate with it and that he's really, really concentrating. So, and in terms of a card for the day, I feel like I'm doing practical things. I'm making things happen. I'm doing projects. It might be something that I've already started that I'm making progress with. The threes are all about progress, moving things forward. So they're moving things. We've started it. We've had the idea. We've started it, and now we're moving it forward. We're making more progress. We're building something. So that's the energy of the day for us for Monday. And I'm just going to pop down one of these Mystic Shaman cards to go with this Three of Pentacles. And just see what we get with this lovely deck. and we've got completion. Okay, so we've had this before. We talk about completion. So in the Mystic Shaman deck, this card talks about, you know, the different kind of stages that we have to go through to complete something. In the tarot, this card relates probably most closely, I would guess, to the world, because the world does talk about that. The world is the final card in the major arcana. So you go from the Fool all the way through the cards till you find it. You know, the Fool is the beginning, and the world is kind of like, this is the end of the journey. This is the end of that bit of learning for me. The world is, though, like a circle, and the circle does talk about beginnings leading into endings, endings leading into beginnings, so it never ends. So even though the world talks about completion, it's not like completion, right, we're done, nothing else to do now. It's completion of that cycle, and then we move on to the next cycle, and that's what this card tends to say. So I'm just gonna have a little read of what Colette Baron-Reid says about this this card, just so that I can remind myself. We have had it before, but like I said before, these cards are still quite new to me, so, and it's quite interesting to see if anything else jumps out when we read this stuff out. So the essence of this card says, all things have a beginning, a middle and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower and the fruit, and all of human relationships. Completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. So it's like when you come to the end of one cycle, then you are moving on to the next cycle. And then it says in here, the invitation, you have finished the cycle. There is no need for more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regard to relationships, it's time to honour what has been and find a new form for the future. In your new ventures, it's time to reap the harvest. Completion is a time of celebration. It's the end of the summer when the fruit is ripe. So it's about that. It's kind of about, you know, you've put in all this hard work and you've completed the cycle. So it's about having achieved something. The world, I always think, is about achievement as well. You know, you made it through the cycle, got to where you needed to get to, all of that stuff. So it's about reaching your destiny. So completion is saying that. So it's interesting because the Three of Pentacles is saying, here's a project, here's something creative, here's something, almost something new. And this card is completion. So it's almost like they're saying to us for tomorrow, looking at these as a card for the day rather than a card for a long period of time. It talks about you having a project to do tomorrow that you need to be creative to see through to its completion. That, in terms of a card for the day, is the energy that we've got there. So really good energy for the day. Just keep doing what needs to be done. You know, the Pentacles cards can be a little bit slow, and kind of keep plodding, otherwise you won't get there. You just have to keep on. So if you started a project and you've got some kind of creative thing going on, then start that and follow it through to completion. And that's the same with all energy for tomorrow, really, is to kind of finish what you started and follow it through to the end. Keep going, keep being creative, keep making more ideas, keep following it through. So I will leave that with you for today, and I'll be back again tomorrow to do another card for the day. Hopefully this new way of doing it is going to work quite well, fingers crossed. If not, I'll have a revisit and see if I can work out a better way of doing it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.